We love football and the NFL starts. This week I'm here with Alex from the Hail Mary podcast. Say hi, Alex.
What's up?
Not much. But we're going to be going ahead giving you our NFL picks. We're going to be doing this week in, week out. It's just something fun. We're going to go over each matchup and I don't know, by the end of the year we're going to figure out, who's more correct, I guess. A little fun little thing.
Oh yeah.
This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy, if you want to make a little money, a little moolah, baby, by doing something you're probably already good at, go ahead, go to Underdog Fantasy. Upon your first deposit of $10, you get $20, $25 on me. Beautiful. Use promo code Broshmo. But what's crack-a-lackin'? It is your boy Broshmo. Just in case you did not know so, go ahead, become a bro and subscribe. Leave that thumbs up if you enjoy the content. And as always, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let's have that nice, beautiful, sensual football discourse. But let's start with the Thursday night game, Alex. We got the Cowboys and the Buccaneers.
Oh yeah.
What do you think?
So obviously, Dallas is now my hometown that I live here. But is there really even a need to discuss this that much? Like, damn, I don't even know how long Dak's gonna last in the season for one. Because
don't say that. I got him on fantasy football, dude.
I'm definitely gonna say it now. But but I mean,
Knock
like,
on wood.
Yeah, knock on wood, he stays healthy because we want some good football. We don't want to see Eric Gilbert's not Eric Gilbert. That's on LSU.
Is it Cooper Rush?
No, I was just saying he's not like Gilbert's not even there anymore. So Cooper Rush is like I don't want to see that, and nobody want to see that.
Yeah, why are we talking about Eric Gilbert? Yeah, he's on Georgia.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of like the other Gilbert guy who was on Dallas.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, no, he didn't make it.
Yeah, I know.
Garrett Gilbert or something.
Garrett. I was like Eric Garrett. Regardless, we want to see some good football. Cowboys hopefully can stay healthy so that they can at least be somewhat decent. They're just not going to be anywhere close to the Bucs. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think the Cowboys are going to be a pretty good squad just because offensively they're bonkers. Tampa Bay was a slow out of the gates last year, but I mean, it's not like they're not bringing the same team back, So the glue has already set. This team's ready to go. They're ready to roll. I think they're going to be a lot hotter out of the gates than they were last year. It's tough to beat the Bucs. They're going to Tampa too to do it. So yeah, I think Tampa's kind of the easy pick, but I think it could be fun. It's going to be a fun game nonetheless. I think it's just going to be fun because football's back, but.
I 100% agree with that. I'm very excited to watch, even though it might mean Dallas gets annihilated. But next game, Broshmo.
Next game, first slate on Sunday. We got a battle of the birds with the Eagles versus the Falcons. I'll start with this one. This is actually really tough. I didn't really know who to choose in this pick. And to be fair, I'm kind of picking on the spot. But I think you got to go with the Falcons, Matt Ryan. I feel better about the quarterback position. Okay. I'm not a big Jalen Hurts guy. Yeah. I know outside of maybe Calvin Ridley, Matt Ryan, and what we've seen in the one preseason game from Kyle Pitts, they have no one on the squad. Yeah. I like to think Mike Davis will do pretty well. I think Arthur Smith is their head coach now, right?
Yeah.
The former Tennessee offense coordinator. I think him and Mike Davis, they're going to have a very good relationship. The offensive line, I think, is pretty solid for the most part. There's a few weak spots here and there, but I think it's actually one of the better offensive lines in the league. But if the Eagles are going to win, they're going to have to win on defense. Nothing about this offense tells me that they're going to go off, especially even if the Falcons suck on defense. But
I already did these picks beforehand.
It was probably smart. I'm trying to remember what I did during my deep dives.
I mean, this is the only one I actually remember because the other one seemed pretty straightforward to me. I chose an Eagles upset solely because of that defense, because we do know that for the majority part they are healthy and they have pretty underrated defense in my opinion. Didn't they get Eric Wilson?
They got Eric Wilson in the middle there, yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of helped out their big weakness, which is linebacking core. Yeah. And I mean, the Falcons offensive line, you may say they're one of the best. It's not as good as the defensive front.
I didn't say one of the best. I think I said upper echelon. I think they're like a they're not in the bottom half.
Yeah. Okay. So they're nowhere close to how prestigious the Eagles' defensive front is. And Mike Davis, although he's very talented, is not a true RB1. I think that running game is going to get stuffed up. And you do have Darius Slay to take away Calvin Ridley. You do have Steven Nelson there to take away Russell Gage, which that doesn't seem like much of a problem. And I think honestly, the linebackers for the Eagles could be good enough. And you have also what's the safety's name? Anthony
Anthony
Harris.
Harris, another former Viking, there
Another
with
former
Eric
Viking.
Wilson.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think their defense is a little bit underrated. Offensively, yeah, big issues. But I feel like the Falcons' defense is it's a little bit crippled. Not really full of
It's
young
bad.
talent.
Just call
Yeah,
it what it is. It's bad.
it's not good. So I think the running game with the fully healthy Eagles offensive front, I think the battle of the trenches is won by the Eagles, and that's going to lead to the victory for them.
I don't disagree. That's kind of like the defensive coordinator. Was it Jonathan Gannon? He's a former
Yeah.
Mike Zimmer guy. That's how he likes to win. Pressure on the trenches. Like I said, this is a tough one to call, man. This is a tough one to call.
Yeah.
But let's just go to the next one. I already said, oh, Matt Ryan, let's do this. I'm gonna go with the better quarterback.
Okay.
And he's by far the better quarterback.
Oh, easily. But right now we split right there, right? So we're both for the Bucks, but we split on the Eagles Falcons.
Yeah, I don't. I'd like to see if we're gonna split on this next game. I'm gonna let you go first, but it's the Steelers versus the Bills. You tell me.
Dude, is this even a question? The Bills are going to destroy the Steelers. We had to trade, I think, a 5th-round pick for a Kello Witherspoon because our secondary is that bad. I don't even know if, no disrespect to Kello Witherspoon. He is a talented player. But, I mean, our secondary, I'm sorry, we got Minka Fitzpatrick. Joe Hayden's aging, not like fine wine. Our best corner went to the aforementioned Eagles. And to be honest, I really don't have that much faith in our ability to I mean, our pass rush is great, but the Bills are bringing back the majority of their offensive line, if not all of them.
All of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of them were stars last year.
Yeah. Bring back all their starters. And then the defense for the Bills is unbelievable against a crap Steelers offensive line. It hurts me because I love the Steelers, but it's no question in my mind.
Yeah, I do think the Steelers are going to be able to run in this game. I think the offense will be... You got like that, but I mean, the Bills, their run defense sucks. They're so light in the middle. That's just the thing. The Steelers are gonna have to run to win the game.
What do the Steelers have though?
Well, I didn't say they were gonna win.
Yeah,
I'm just saying they're gonna have to do it.
they're definitely.
I'm excited to see what Big Ben looks like. I know a lot of people were real hyped about him coming to the season. I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. That's a really good Bills team. Like we're talking like a top 5 team in the NFL. Yeah, it's
And you're in New York, so like it's all stacked against the Steelers. So I'm going Bills.
It is. Going Bills as well.
Good.
All right, next game I got Vikings versus the Bengals. I'll start us off here, and I'm going to go with the Vikings. I think they're a lot better than a lot of people give them credit for. It's a little suspect since I thought their rookies would be instant starters with Darrisaw and Wyatt Davis. That doesn't look like it's going to be the case, at least from day one. Even despite that, this Bengals defense isn't scaring me. I'm not terrified. I think Kirk Cousins, I think Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. Who did they just bring in at tight end? Did they have to?
Chris Herndon the 4th.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's not that great. He's a backup tight end.
I guess I won't talk about that then.
You got Irv, though. You got Irv Smith.
Irv's hurt. That's why they brought in Herndon.
Son of a bitch. Dang it. That sucks. Like, man. Damn. I really like Irv Smith.
I do. I'll be interested to see how the Bengals deal with the pass rush. They should have Hunter this game. I didn't look at any of the injury reports. That probably would have helped with decisions here.
Yeah.
But this might be a bit close because the secondary doesn't look impressive for the Vikings, but they're just the better team overall currently. So
yeah. Well, I mean, to be honest, I think the battle will be won on the inside of the trenches. Who do you have there at the guard spots? You got
the Bengals.
Yeah.
What they got? Quinnen Spain. I know for a fact.
Yeah.
Um,
And is Deontay Smith the next guard? Like, is he the left guard? Because I know that
is
for
he
like the center,
starting? No. Oh, I
that'd be
know that they got rid of Michael
then we got
Jordan, which
yes.
good on them, man.
Thank
That's
God.
they, yeah, that was
Regardless,
necessary.
yeah. While you look that up, I mean, it's nothing compared to Michael Pierce as well as Dalvin Tomlinson. Like they're not going to be able to run the ball whatsoever. A really young offensive line, and they'd have to pass. They'd have to pass. The one weakness is the Vikings edge rush, in my opinion, on that defense.
Yeah,
Like,
Xavier Seofola. I can never pronounce his
oh,
name.
Xavier, yeah,
Yeah,
Xavier Suafilo, something like
yeah.
that. I mean, you got me messed up too. I'm like the one who's supposed to pronounce names right.
Well, I didn't
But
think it was gonna be a starter this year, so didn't think I would have to ever memorize how to pronounce that name again.
yeah, so it's pretty obvious that the Vikings still can outmatch the Bengals even with a weaker defensive front. But I mean, you already mentioned the offense. To me, it's a no-brainer going for the Vikings as well.
Perfect,
No,
perfect. So what? We've only disagreed on one. And I don't think that changes here. We got the 49ers versus the Detroit Lions. You tell me who you think's going to win.
I mean we gotta see who gets injured. If Jimmy G goes out of the game and Trey Lance has to come in,
But they're not
maybe
playing
we
at
can like
MetLife.
start talking about.
They'll be okay.
That is true. That is true. However, it's obvious the Niners are going to win. You know, they have a fully superior team ready for a Super Bowl win. Even their backup quarterback, Trey Lance, has a chance of bringing this team to the Super Bowl. It's that good of a roster. It's that good.
It is. I don't disagree. Yeah. Detroit, they're a team in rebuild.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what more we could really talk about with that. Like, how can Detroit? I think maybe the answer to the question is how can Detroit win this game?
Injuries. Like that's what I
That's
got.
their only. That's their path to success.
That's the only thing they can do. I
You
mean,
mean there's not a game plan or anything that might help?
no, absolutely. Help is a different way of like putting it than winning. Like if you want to help it out, then make sure that ball stays on the ground so Penny Sewell can like still have time to get comfortable pass reps and stuff.
Yeah,
So it's
I think Detroit. Okay, if they're gonna win this game, first off, they gotta keep everything in front of them because we know what the Niners like to do. It's like
yeah,
a West Coast outside zone run blocking.
yep,
They gotta win in the trenches. Keep your corners tight. If they get behind you, they get behind you.
yep,
How these wide receivers win is after the catch. Debo, Ayuk. That's just how they do it. So, hey, if they win deep, they win deep. Jared Goff, he's a guy that can sling the ball downfield. And that's kind of how they built their receiving core. So try to set up the run. You got a good offensive line. Try to set up the run. Maybe you get a little fancy with the play action and you get lucky deep. But
yeah.
I think defensively, yeah, you got to win in the trenches. But uh,
Ugh,
yeah, I would go Niners too. It was kind of
yeah.
a long-winded, like, I mean, because what else is there to talk about? Can Detroit win this game?
That's what I was saying. I don't think the Lions have a chance of winning this game. The fact that the line right now is just over one touchdown is the difference is kind of disrespectful to San Francisco.
Well, it's because they're playing in Detroit, man.
Who cares? Like you got like Raheem Mostert before he tears his ACL, and then you
Let's
got
be
Trey.
honest; it doesn't matter who's running the football for the Niners. So
Did Elijah Mitchell make the roster?
maybe, but I mean, Trey Sermon's there, so.
Yeah, no, I was just saying like he's such a good
Oh,
depth
I
player.
liked Elijah Mitchell last year too. That's
So what, we
the
got Cardinals.
Louisiana cat.
Yeah, yeah, Louisiana. He was really good. He put up
Yeah.
huge games. But
Next
what?
game, I'm gonna start it. This one might be a little bit more interesting. Cardinals versus the Titans,
Hmm.
and in this one, I don't know, man. Cardinals they started off hot last year. You know this. I'm not a Cliff Kingsbury guy. I don't think he's a good coach. I think he is. He's not using Kyler Murray to his best extent. The man's got a cannon. Let him throw.
Hmm.
But oh man, I don't think they could beat the Titans. I'm a bit higher on the Titans than some people. I'd guess.
Hmm.
Like the defense should look better for the Cardinals, but then again, like the corner position's in disarray again with Malcolm Butler retiring.
Yeah.
Like who are they even going to be starting on the outside there?
Do they even have?
Across from.
Is it like Robert Alford? I don't even know if they still
Oh
have.
yeah, no, they have Alfred.
Oh,
Yeah, and then they got Byron Murphy. Then they
yeah.
got
Byron
the
Murphy's
two rookies. But
actually.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah, you you don't want your rookies
yeah. You're on
going
slim
out there.
pickings when you're going having rookies potentially going up against AJ Brown and Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Not to mention Josh Reynolds. No disrespect to him, dude. I seriously don't disregard the corner issue. The interior of the defensive line for the Cardinals is not even close to capable of handling Derrick Henry if you want to pound him up the gut. I know that they're more of a zone run scheme, but
Well,
I just
I mean, that was the thing with Arthur Smith. He incorporated a lot of the downhill running because
yeah,
of Derrick Henry.
yeah.
I don't
Like
think that'll change too much.
I'd predict Derrick Henry is 150 in this game.
Oh my, oh
152.
my. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm kind of excited because I think they're gonna let Ryan Tannehill cook. They're gonna let him eat because they got Julio, they got AJ Brown, who I adore. I think Josh Reynolds is a very underrated receiver. We only
Yeah.
got to see a little sample of what he could do with the Rams just because that team was so deep
Oh
at
yeah.
wide receiver. I mean they got JJ Watt there.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
around the like the nose tackle area, like Rashard Lawrence,
Yeah.
Leaky
Lucky.
Fotu, those are two-year guys that really haven't like emerged.
Exactly.
They do have Alfred listed as the starter, so
No. Are you serious? Oh, this is just that got even worse. Okay, yeah.
I mean to be fair, like we haven't seen him healthy for like 3 years.
and the first time we're gonna see him healthy is against Julio Jones and AJ Brown and Josh Reynolds.
Good point. I'm picking the Titans.
Yeah. I'm like, ooh. Yeah, no, I think that honestly, I might even want to put some money down on this. Like, I might go for Tennessee
Well,
to win.
Titans are the 3-point favorites.
Dude,
I think
Titans.
the only question is over under 52 points. What do you think?
I'd go under solely because I don't think the Cardinals are going to be able to put it up.
I'd go under too. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
Next game we got this one's fun. Seattle Seahawks versus Indianapolis Colts. I'll let you start it off, and while I check Carson Wentz's status.
Yeah. So obviously that's going to play a big factor, but I think that they said he was going to be ready to go week one. I think
That's
that's
what I
stupid.
heard as well.
Yeah, I think it's dumb, honestly. To be fair, you could honestly keep a first round pick if you're able to rest Carson Wentz through a certain period of time during the
He's on
season.
track to start,
Oh God.
and I think they
But
will be without though Quinn and Nelson.
yeah, they will be most likely. And aren't they? They're without their left tackle too, right? Eric Fisher's not
Yeah,
there.
Eric Fisher's
He's injured still.
he's
He's
yeah
out.
he's probably
He's a,
not back till like mid October, mid to late.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure that they lost their backup left tackle too. So they might be on their third
What they
string
have
left tackle.
Tevi?
Is
Oh
Tevy
no, he
even?
didn't. He's not on the roster.
Oh,
Maybe he got hurt.
no,
Matt
no, no.
Pryor
Yeah, so Matt Pryor is your starting left tackle when
or
you're bringing
Julian
Carson
Davenport. And I can tell you as a Miami fan, you don't want
Wentz.
Davenport.
Yes. No, you do not want that. And Carson Wentz is coming back from injury. Even though Seahawks pass rush is one of their weakest aspects of their team, I mean, to be honest, I think I'd still take the Seahawks 10 times out of 10 here. I just don't trust the Colts offense yet. I don't think they're ready.
Golly, and I'm kind of in the same boat. Like
Yeah.
Seahawks, I think Colts. They by far have the better roster. It's just
Mhm.
they have the better receiving core and the better quarterback. The Seahawks do.
Yeah.
And Russell Wilson, he's known for starting the season hot.
Mhm.
That's when everyone's like, "Oh, let Russ cook," and then
Yep.
like somewhere around mid-season, they stop cooking, and I don't know
Yeah.
why.
I don't get that.
I think every day is a good day to grill, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be interesting this Colts defense with Quiddy Pay, how hot he was in the preseason. How
Oh,
will he face like a Dwayne Brown,
mhm.
and even what Brandon Shell is their right tackle. He's been pretty. He's like an above average like right tackle.
The
So
Seahawks have done an excellent job listening to Russell Wilson and getting that offensive line fixed. I got to give them credit for that because they've been crap consistently for like the past 10 years. That might be over exaggeration,
yeah,
but they've
it's
been
just that defense is so bad. The
yeah.
Seahawks.
Oh, I know. But to be fair, they were even willing to trade away Kella Witherspoon. There might be something that we don't know. They still have Jamal
Yeah, they
Adams.
don't value cornerback depth. Yo, all right, hold on. Let's check the starters because I thought they were gonna start DJ Reed. I was pretty high on him. He played pretty well in San Fran, and I thought he
Yeah.
was looking good during training camp when I was doing my deep dives.
Mhm.
They got him. Okay, never mind. They got him listed as Oh, they got Trey Brown listed as a starter.
Ooh, oh my God. Isn't he like a sixth or seventh round pick?
Oh, he was sixth or fifth. I don't know. I loved him out of Oklahoma. I had a third. I would have took him to the third.
He was a 25-year-old man. I think that's
Was he
great for
25? He wasn't that old, was he?
pretty sure he was. That might have been TDN's fault. I remember he and I talked on Twitter for quite a little bit because TDN got him at like 27 years old. So I know he's pretty old.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But still, I mean, I don't think that he's worth starting.
Well, they
Like
do have Sidney Jones. They picked him up, and he was
that's
pretty hot last year down the stretch for Jacksonville, kind of reviving his career.
yeah,
I think, honestly, as long as it's not Trey Flowers out there, you're fine. Well,
yeah.
okay, not you're fine, but
You're better off.
you're better off.
You're better off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still,
I'm
I
so, so
yeah,
going
I
to.
think I'll go with the Seahawks, though, just because of Russ.
I just think because of the left tackle situation with
Yeah,
Carson
but
coming
I
off.
mean, who's rushing the passer? Like, okay, Carlos Dunlap's there. What am I saying?
Yeah, you got
That
done.
he's like old reliable, dude.
Yeah, you know they'll produce. And you also have Jamal Adams. He's rushing the
Yeah,
ball. Yeah,
technically he is their best pass rusher.
that is true. So that's that.
Yeah,
I'll
I
let you
think
take it.
they'll be able to run on this team though. They're so thin on the middle.
Yeah. No, I think the Colts, that's their best chance, but they're not going to be able to throw the ball. They'll start, the Seahawks will stack the box. And they got Jordan Brooks as well as Bobby Wagner still. So I think they'll be okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't disagree. I was just kind of like,
You
are
just
the
check.
Colts starting Mike's? Was it Scratchan, the Charleston rookie wide receiver?
Really? I
That's
heard.
what I get. That's what's listed right now. Could very well be Zach Pascal, but they
Yeah.
got our boy, the Charleston boy, as a starter.
Dang.
I know
Well,
that's wild.
yeah, that is pretty damn wild.
Football's fun.
Yeah. All right.
All right, Chargers versus the Washington football team. I'll start us off because I think you started us off last time. Tough game. This is a tough game.
Oh,
Um, I've been preaching that Justin Herbert, there will be some regression this year with him. Like the dude
statistic.
was phenomenal his rookie year, and those people were like, "Oh, they could only get better." Okay, well, look at Lamar after his MVP season. How was that? Baker Mayfield after his rookie season. How was that? Like I think that realistically, there's gonna be some sort of regression. What he did last year, like I think he led a lot of categories that were very volatile. So
Okay.
and then fans are back as well. He was doing all this with no fans. That I think that plays a big role as well. The Chargers are a really good team. It's just man, that Washington team is so well put together, and they got Ryan yeet the ball downfield Fitzpatrick. I love Fitzmagic, man. I'm gonna go Washington this game. It's in Washington. Let's
Well,
do it. That's a crazy defense. That's probably the worst case scenario for Herbert to start the season.
I
That
was gonna
defense.
say that kind of irritates me because I was gonna be pulling an upset with Washington
I don't think
because
it's an upset.
yeah, well, I don't not believe in Herbert as much. Like I think Herbert will have a very similar year to what he did last year, except the Chargers offensive line is still young and they're still getting to know each other. What, like three or four new starters? Three on that offense.
Yes. Well, yeah, because they got Slater. They
Yeah,
brought in
Lindsay.
Lindsey. They brought
Lindsay.
in
Yeah,
How do you say it? Mike the Pittsburgh guy.
Weiler. Weiler. But they
I
also
always look at that and I was like,
yeah.
yeah, they got one
Uh,
of the Detroit guards, like
yeah.
Obushi or something.
Mhm.
And then Bulaga if he's healthy.
Yeah, so they got four new starters there. Even Colin Coward brings this up all the time. I don't really think that's gonna be the biggest factor. Who's the Chargers corners, man? You got Asante Samuel Jr., that's great. But then you got like a 32, 33-year-old Chris Harris Jr. What else?
Mike Davis. He's a solid too.
Mike Davis, yeah, he's pretty solid. But it's like it's nothing compared to what Washington has right now. Washington is loaded to the bear, and their offensive line's solid.
To the bear?
Really, huh?
Loaded to the bear?
Yeah, that's what I used to say.
Is that a say it?
I have no idea. It's what like.
Okay, I just had to stop because I was like, I've never heard that before.
Yeah, but they're fully loaded. They got insane weapons all around. They have a really good offensive line, and they have a running back that is very similar to Austin Eckler. I just think that the Chargers defense is a little bit worse.
It's way bigger.
Yeah, it's true. I love Antonio Gibson coming out, man. That was one of my favorite guys in that draft class. Like he was so good. But yeah, I think Washington takes it without a doubt.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. We're like-minded.
Well,
the one game we're separated on is just this freaking Eagles Falcons game.
Yeah, it's a game that doesn't matter at all. So I'll lead off on this one, the Jets and the Panthers. So Sam Darnold very well might get his revenge here. Jets cut bless Austin, which I don't know if you know the actual reason.
Was there a reason?
Oh, that's what I was asking you. Like, is there a reason?
No, I have no idea. I just thought it was just one of those rando cuts.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell's going on here?
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to tell me, oh, yeah, dude, he's got like a weapons charge.
No. Well,
robbed a bank.
Yeah.
He went all, who was the Georgia corner? Baker?
Oh, my. Oh, wait, yeah, DeAndre Baker.
DeAndre Baker. He went all DeAndre Baker a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, speaking of another Georgia corner, you talk about Darian Kendrick, got in his lap. Regardless, the Panthers, offensively and defensively, I think, and coach-wise, they're superior in every aspect. Maybe not the quarterback, but there's only a certain limit to what Zach Wilson can do. And again, this is his first time playing versus Sam Darnold is he's gifted with the roster he has. Apart from the offensive line, which is a little bit patchy. You got your ultimate takeaway weapon, not takeaway weapon, but your ultimate weapon to take away your responsibility, which is Christian McCaffrey. And you have 3 excellent wide receivers, which I'm glad Terrace Marshall finally found the stones to have the drive to actually want to play hard every play. That was my biggest knock on him. I thought he was amazing potential, but the dude was just lazy as hell on the field. But, I mean, the defense as well. I don't even need to talk about that. It's a studded defense. It's great. They even added to their secondary. It's just really good.
I'm kind of like-minded. I'm gonna challenge you on this one point of like the Panthers coaching staff being superior to the Jets. Dude, Saleh, LaFleur.
We have not seen. Okay, Saleh has never been a head coach, and this is his first game as a head coach.
To be fair, last year was what? Oh my gosh! Why can't I think of Carolina coach? I can only think of the offensive coordinator. I can only think of Joe Brady and Phil Snow. I can't think of the coach.
Matt Rule.
Thank you. That was his first year, essentially, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he's known for like the rebuilds. He's been a head coach for a long time. Like Saul has never ever done that. He's been a coordinator. Not saying that.
I got you.
Yeah, I'm just saying that Rule is unbelievable, and he's proven as a head coach. Versus Saleh is an excellent defensive coordinator with a lot of potential.
Okay, I just wanted to clear that up because I could see the comment section.
Oh yeah,
but I had red flags, dude. I was like,
oh man, yeah. But I think there's not really much more to talk about.
I don't disagree. The Jets are in rebuild. To be fair, the Panthers, they're kind of still in the middle of theirs, but again, they're further along. I mean, you could just look at the Jets roster. Like their starting corner, I looked it up. It's going to be Brandon Echols, which was a guy I really liked out of Kentucky last year. Not Kelvin Joseph, but the thing with Echols is he's got slot corner size. I know in Saleh's scheme you could get away with smaller corners, but he's like considerably smaller. So
that is so bad. That just makes me feel even more comfortable with the Panthers.
Yes, I think Panthers win this. I think Sam Darnold and DJ Moore are gonna have a field day. The Jets, man, they're not gonna be good season 1 anyway, so it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. I'll let you go off on the Jags Texans.
Jags versus Texans. This is my upset of the week. I'm going Texans. Because this is the only game the Texans can win this season. It's in Houston, and they have one of the most veteran teams because they have a bunch of 1 year, 2 year deals that they could ditch. Hey, they're in rebuild. They're in rebuild, right? But this is a veteran team. They're going to be ready for day one. They're going to be ready to come in there and upset Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer's football or NFL professional debut, whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm calling it an upset here because this is virtually for me the only game the Texans can win all season.
So finally we diverge.
There
Of
we
course,
go.
yeah.
And
I'm
to be
gonna be
fair, I don't think you're wrong. This is just me going out on the Texans can't lose every game this season.
they definitely could. I mean, think about it. Tyrod Taylor somehow beat who they beat? The Bengals last year when he was on the Chargers. Like, yeah, you could
I
talk
mean,
about,
I did that game come down to the wire too.
yeah, it was a missed field goal. I kind of decided that one. Regardless, he does have that ability to stop a rookie quarterback in their tracks. I mean, the Texans just aren't good at all. They do have a lot of 1 year contracts. You're right. They have a lot of people that they came
Because
in
they're
to
they're
patch.
going to be rebuilding.
Yeah. Well, they got a bunch of little patch pieces that at least appear somewhat decent. That's being very, very polite. But I mean, the Jaguars have young talent everywhere. I mean, who's going to cover Laviska Shenault? You still got DJ Chark on the outside
To
that
be
people.
fair, the secondary for the Texans aren't as bad as you may
No,
think.
no. I mean, they got like 1,000 corners on 1 year contracts, dude. Like they definitely did a good job patching it up, but it is nothing compared to the actual raw talent that the Jaguars have. The Jaguars still have some very high end talents everywhere. I mean, we don't know how much Caleb Von Chaison's developed, even though I know you're probably not for that. Still got Josh Allen. You got a very damn good secondary potentially. Like, there's a lot to like about Jacksonville.
I
They
don't
just need
hate Chase on. I'm just going to say that. I don't hate Chase on.
You just don't love Chason. How about that?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like him. I don't love him.
Okay, you're not Jerry Jones. That's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna take the Jags 10 times out of 10 on this one.
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
just
don't.
saying this is a veteran team. If they're gonna sneak out a win this season, I think this is the best case scenario.
That is a very, very possible scenario. I totally agree. I can't see it. I
And
can't.
I'm not saying that if they don't win this one, they don't win the rest of them, but I'm alluding to it.
I think the Texans might be 0-17.
All right, I'm
I
gonna
think.
let you start this next one. This starts the second slate of games. The Miami Dolphins, baby, fins up,
Yeah,
fins up. I don't
the
know where my
Dolphins.
Dolphins hat is right now.
Yeah.
Versus Mac and Cheese and the Patriots.
So you are in Massachusetts. So you're at Foxborough. That
I was
does
like,
give.
I'm not.
Yeah, I know. The game is in Foxborough, so that does actually give somewhat of an advantage towards the Patriots. There have a lot of dudes coming back. You have a guy who is Mac Jones, who's, I mean, I think we all knew he could come out and be one of the better starters day one, just because we all knew his floor was extremely high, and
Yep.
this was the perfect spot for him to go to. There was not one bit, one place, maybe San Francisco, you can argue that
Well,
could have
that's
gotten him.
because everyone got. That's because Kyle Shanahan
Yeah.
tricked everybody,
I mean, I've never been on that train, except I was just like, oh, he let Jimmy G win almost win a Super Bowl. So
dude. Everybody was like, Kyle Shanahan got everybody. We
yeah,
were sitting there like he can't, right?
I know. I was on the day before the draft. I was like, what if, like, we gotta do a video of what if Mac Jones is the third pick.
Yeah, we
Regardless,
did.
yeah, I was like, regardless, I think that the Dolphins, Tua is a lot more seasoned. I'm gonna be choosing the Dolphins here, man. I'm gonna be choosing it. It's a kind of an upset, but I just think that Tua did show some major progression. The receiving core is really solid. Stephon Gilmore is on the pup list, if I'm not mistaken. So
He is. I was actually when I heard you bring him up, I was like, oh, okay.
yeah, he's on the pup list. So that takes out a very big piece to that defense.
To be
And
fair, Will Fuller has his first. He's suspended the first game, so
yeah, so you do lose a good deep threat. So it's not evened out because Tua doesn't push the ball anyways. But there's still, we've even seen Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki did prove to everybody that he can be a legit receiving threat. It was like, okay, it was last year a fluke. Was he actually pretty damn good last year for no reason? No, he actually showed he's pretty damn good. So there's a lot to like with the Dolphins. Probably, in my opinion, one of the best secondaries. in the NFL, if not the best. If you look at the actual star talent, it's just there's a
Especially,
couple.
I mean, that corner duo, X and
It's nasty.
Jones.
Yeah, it's nasty. So I'm gonna be choosing the Dolphins, even though it is quite a bit of a reach.
Dang, man.
You're
Because
gonna be trying to get your own team.
it's just like fantasy football. I refuse to draft Dolphins. Yeah,
Oh,
because
dude.
I don't want them to I don't want to be sour on my team because the players let me down
Oh,
in
oh.
fantasy football. I was gonna go with the Dolphins just because I thought you may have gone with the Patriots, and I was like, "All right, man, I'm just gonna fanboy my team."
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna go. Oh no, dude, I'm gonna get so much hate. Screw it. I think the Patriots, dude, they spent so much money in free agency. Bill Belichick doesn't do that, and he was like, you know what? I think this Mac Jones, he could start day one, man. Forget you, Cam Newton. We got this guy. He could come in and he could move the offense efficiently. Let's be honest. This team, they're gonna like to run the football. Damian Harris, they still got James White there. Ramondre, I think, is the third back on the
Yeah,
depth chart, I believe.
yeah.
Because yeah, Sony Michelle's in LA now. Uh, I honestly don't think they have to win the game by having to pass the ball. And even
Mm,
if they do, Mac Jones, man, he puts it in the hands of his playmakers and lets them create.
yeah.
I like the Dolphins. I think we will see improvement from doing. I say I like the Dolphins. I love the Dolphins, but I think we will see some improvement for Tua. I just don't know how much. That offensive line, it's trash. It's young. It's inexperienced. They moved Michael Dieter to center. You think that's going to instill confidence in me? Yeah, Liam Eichenberg, they're going to start him at guard rather than the right tackle. Yet they kick Robert Hunt back into guard. I'm just so confused with a lot of their moves with the offensive line. It's just their offensive line. I feel like it's going to be such a letdown. It's young, it's inexperienced, it's bad.
Yeah.
And the Patriots invested a lot to get into the opposing team's quarterback. So Tua, I don't think he's gonna get a lot of time back there, unfortunately. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Patriots, man. I guess I'm gonna bet against my own team, man. That hurts.
I love I mean, to be honest, the Patriots are a smart move. It's just I don't
I'm
know.
out here picking the Texans.
Yeah. You're
The
tossing.
Patriots are a smart move. I just picked the Texans. I have nothing to justify smart moves at this point.
Listen, we don't need to remember that. Okay. That was earlier in the video.
Dude, this is a banger game though. Browns versus Chiefs.
Oh
This
yeah.
is a banger game.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
excited. I don't think you could. I can't bet against the Chiefs. I'm totally cool with the Browns winning this game though.
Oh
Like
definitely.
I was excited. I was like I thought they were gonna go to the Super Bowl last year. I thought they were gonna beat the Chiefs, and
Yeah.
then Chad Henne came in, won the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. This Chiefs team, their defense doesn't have to be stellar, but it is like that bend don't break. Let our offense just let's buy enough time for our offense to go off. And even if they do bend, you saw it in the Texans. Was it the Texans last year that made it, or the year before?
Hmm.
Where the Chiefs they scored like 21 on the Chiefs, and then the Chiefs
Yeah.
just went out
Yeah.
and just won by 20. Didn't
Yeah.
even
That.
matter. They could
Yeah.
let teams get a head start. Patrick
Mhm.
Mahomes, he gets into the hands of his playmakers. The dude's the best quarterback in the league. It's hard to bet against that. The offensive line, I know that they got all five new starters, but keep in mind that the depth on that offensive line are all their former starters.
That
So
is
what
fair.
does that say about who they got started? I mean, dude, Thuney, they got Brown. I know the rest essentially are rookies, but these are guys that were for the most part. Trey Smith should have been probably a day two guy. I would have taken him day two. But the other guys they were day two prospects. So
Yeah.
there's some pedigree there.
Definitely.
If anything, that's what I would worry about with this team. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. This is gonna be a close one. This is gonna be a fun one.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and go for the Browns. So,
I don't
like you
blame
just
you. I
said,
kind of want to root for the Browns.
I mean, I'm do. It's so weird as a Steelers fan to root for the Browns, but again,
Blasphemy. I mean, I just picked against my team
that is
with the
100.
Patriots, nonetheless.
That is very true. But the Browns, I mean, you look at their defensive line going up against five new starters, including three rookies. that is going to be we saw what happened when Patrick Mahomes didn't have a stable offensive line in the first place. Now he has a developing offensive line, not a bunch of backups. You're right. They're very talented players, and their backups are starter caliber. But I think that the Browns defense should also be brought into the equation with their secondary, which is extremely deep. Greedy Williams coming back. Their first round pick was a corner, Greg Newsome. What the hell? They have literally what? Ward there, Greedy Williams. They have him now.
Their second
Troy
round
Hill.
pick was essentially a cover linebacker.
Yeah, speaking of JOK, and then you got John Johnson, like Grant Delpit coming back. This is a fully loaded defense, and the Browns can run the ball up the Chiefs' gut. I think they're going to pull a Patriots move and just run the hell out of the ball and chew clock and prevent the Chiefs from being able to win.
That's fair. That's fair. Honestly, it could go either way.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to let you start this next one. This one's a bit interesting too. Packers versus Saints.
I don't really know if it's that interesting because I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that, but
you're not wrong. You're not wrong, though.
The Saints don't have any weapons, man. And, Desmond
Marquez Callaway?
Jair Alexander. Okay, tell me one other thing that the Saints have. Okay, Adam Troutman.
Okay, no, I wouldn't even said that, dude. The dude's
I was trying to give the guy some credit. Like
Alvin Kamara, how about that?
Yeah,
he's literally their best receiving threat.
He's their best receiving threat, and that is pretty piss poor. No offense to Alvin Kamara, because he's absolutely amazing, but saying that is heads above, like exponentially your best receiving threat is a very bad sign. So I think Jabu Winston is definitely a very talented quarterback, somebody who doesn't get enough respect anymore because he wasn't a Bruce Arians air raid scheme that you're supposed to throw interceptions there. But it's Aaron Rodgers coming back. It's probably his final season. He's going on
last dance Packers, man.
It's his last dance time. He's going to be going out for some big money in free agency. It's time.
You're not wrong, dude. It's the last dance Packers. I said interested, and then the words, I saw your face, and I was like, yeah, I messed up. Yeah, dude. Devontae, Aaron Rodgers, dude. This is the last ride, man. They're going to be going off, man. And you know what? I think the Saints, like defensively, the Saints, they're a solid unit, but
yeah, I
don't know, man. You don't beat Aaron Rodgers, especially if he's playing like he did last year. You just don't do it. So, yeah. I'm gonna agree on that.
Yeah.
But let's see about this one. Broncos versus the Giants. I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
That's a good game.
It's
a good game.
It's a good game against potentially sub 500 teams. I mean, because the thing is, so the Giants, I really like their defense. Like they have one of the most underrated secondaries in football. Definitely. Like it's a really good secondary there. But the Giants or the Broncos are literally the same way with their secondary. It's one of the best secondaries in football.
I think it's better than the Giants.
Yes, yeah, you could definitely argue that. Because I feel like the Giants are more up and coming when it comes to their secondary. Pass rush, you give it to the Broncos, dude. Von Miller, actually Bradley Chubb just got arrested, so it was on a apparent warrant, like he missed court. So
will he be out for the game?
I don't know, but that's a hell of a time to be like, oh, you're arrested.
Yeah,
I play Sunday. So
yeah,
don't know, but still Malik Reed's a solid that's their kind of like rotation, their backup guy. He put a solid year last year. The Giants, they're kind of like they brought in Aziz, they brought in who's that cat from the Vikings? Odin Nigbo.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. And so it's like they brought in a couple of guys, but yeah, you got to give it to the Broncos in that regard. I say in terms of like stuff in the run, I might give the edge to the Giants. I think they're kind of good. Or actually, they just traded BJ Hill, didn't they?
Where did they trade him to?
I don't know. I'm about to find out.
I mean, while you're looking that up,
to Cincinnati.
Really?
That's actually pretty good. What did they get? In exchange, Billy Price. My gosh, what? Billy Price. What a honestly, that's a bad sign for the Giants.
Oh,
It's like we need depth. Oh, dude. So it was B.J. Hill and a conditional 7th-round pick.
okay.
My gosh, for Billy Price, did they get
That is
anything else other than Billy
awful.
Price?
They better gotten like a 3rd round pick for that. Like,
You know, right?
God. But I'm honestly gonna choose the Giants here because I think Daniel Jones has a little more upside. I think the offensive line for the Giants might be a bit better, even
Oh,
with
I
Billy
don't know
Price.
about that.
Oh, come on. What do the Broncos have right now? Are they starting what's his name? The kid out of Whitewater?
Probably not. I think they are going. You got Bowles. You got
You put in there. So
Glasgow. Is that?
okay, Glasgow is not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bulls is good. Bulls is very good. He got well
Bowles
deserved.
is like top 10, dude. He's like
Yeah. No,
he's
he's
real
good. He's
good.
very good.
No, they're gonna keep with Cushenberry. Then
Yeah.
they got Reisner, and then wow, Bobby Massey is not scheduled to start. I find that hard to believe. I don't know how much faith they really have in Calvin Anderson. No, I would say Denver has a much better line.
Well, I mean, on paper, no, but probably in the play, yes. I mean, you got Andrew Thomas on one side, who like they don't have Nate Solder anymore, do they?
No, they still do. I don't know if he's penciled in the starter. I think they're gonna go with Pert,
Yeah. Well,
which
I
they
mean, I love
should.
that part. I love him. So, and then you have
Yeah, they got Pert
obviously,
listed as starter.
oh God bless. I'm so happy for him. He needed that. I think they had like Bobby Hart as like a rotational guy taking a snaps. I was like, what the hell are you doing? But then you also have what's the guy's name? Will something?
Will Hernandez,
Oh,
the
Hernandez. I was like
UTEP
thinking Will
cat.
Anderson. I was like, yeah, UTEP. Really good. Who's the guy? Will Harris at center right now?
No, it's Nick Gates.
Nick Gates. Who? Wait, there's
There's Will Hernandez, Nick Gates. Nick Gates is pretty good. He actually has a lot of positional versatility.
who's the cat from Washington that's on the Browns? That I keep
Oh, Nick
messing.
Harris. I
Nick
loved Nick
Harris.
Harris.
There
Dang
we
it,
go.
dude. I like me undersized centers though.
Yeah. So Nick Gates, and then who's at the other guard spot, man?
Shane Lemieux.
Okay, yeah, that kind of sucks. I think Shane Lemieux is equivalent of Lloyd Cushenberry. I don't think Lloyd
I mean,
Cushenberry.
yeah, they were both the worst at their position last year
Yeah.
as rookies. So
So, okay, maybe it's equal. Maybe it's equal. I just think that
I still give it to Denver, dude.
what is better about Denver?
Borals or
I,
Bowles. Bowles is easily better than
yes,
anyone
no,
on the line.
definitely. I will concede that. But what
I
besides
think
that?
Glasgow too. I think if we were gonna like build an offensive line
Yeah,
between these two teams,
yeah.
it would be Bowles, Glasgow immediately. And then I think you make a case for Thomas or Pert over maybe like a Reisner, who's a solid player, just not great.
Yeah. Okay. We'll disagree there, but I mean they're pretty even. If you're
Yeah,
looking
I
at
mean we're arguing about it, so there
yeah,
has to be some
but
truth to that.
I think the Giants have higher upside when it comes to the quarterback play.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
So
lie. I think I just talked myself into the Broncos because I never made my pick yet.
yeah, no,
So
I know I could sense that you're going the Broncos way. I was just like, I see it's also in New
I got
Jersey.
passionate about that offensive line. What can I say?
Here, Lloyd Cushenberry, best center in the league.
Okay. I'm not that passionate. Gotcha, Bear. Honestly, though, the Auburn linebacker Owen Papo,
Yeah.
uh, probably my favorite rep of him is a 2019 game
Mm.
of him literally putting Lloyd Cushenberry on his back.
Shouldn't be too hard to do. But
Well,
yeah.
I mean, it's impressive when you're only like 220 and
Yeah,
like
that is true.
6'1".
Yeah, that's very true.
All right,
Um,
so this is the Monday night game, or my bad, Sunday night game. We got the Bears versus the Rams.
Bears.
Go for it, my friend. The
I mean,
Bears.
it's going to be Andy Dalton starting, and even if Justin Fields started, the offensive line is not where it needs to be. Jason Peters is not going to be the answer at like what 39 years old, like kind of something crazy like that. The Bears just they need a couple more pieces, especially on the offensive side, to be able to feel comfortable. They also cut did they cut both their starting slot corners? Like Thomas Graham ain't there anymore. He was supposed to be a starter.
Yeah, he's practice squad. That made me sad.
Yeah. They also cut one of their other guys who was their starting slot corner. Might have been,
They probably still have. I don't know if they're gonna put. Oh wait, I'm thinking of a different squad here. I was about to
yeah,
say same Bassey, but he's a Bronco.
yeah. But I was just like, the Bears don't really have a bona fide cornerback too right now, right? You got,
Well, they really like Kendall Vildor, the second year
yeah,
player at, I think it was Georgia Southern.
I
That's
mean,
who's going to be starting opposite of Johnson.
yeah, you're gonna try to act like the Steelers fans and James Pierre, which James Pierre actually showed something. Um, it's just you're going up against the Rams. They also are going to be probably more run heavy, given the fact that they just traded for Sony Michel, who was overrated for a time, and now I believe is a little bit underrated since he had a little bit of a rough time
I think he's
recently.
going to be in that offense. He's going to be like the Malcolm Brown role. Like
Definitely.
I still think this team, like Sean McVay running the football is super important to that offense.
Mhm.
I still think they're going to do it and do it to a high, to a high rate.
If I had to sum it up, I'd just say Andy Dalton. That's why I choose the Rams. Like realistically, you
Dude,
got
the Red Rifle,
the Red Rifle, the freaking Carrot himself
the
can.
Red Rocket, the Ginger Messiah.
Oh God, I
Just making up
no
nicknames at this point.
the
Uh,
ginger. Messiah.
yeah, I know. I would say if Justin Fields started this game, I would be tempted. I'd be intrigued.
Mhm.
Um, but no, the Rams. That's a really good team. That's Matthew
Yeah,
Stafford. I know Matthew. It's not a sexy name. He's not really known for winning. What he's got like one playoff win under his belt or something. Zero. Perfect. I thought it was zero. I thought I'd give the benefit of the doubt though.
yeah.
I think he maybe gets that win this year though. It's a good team. The Rams, they're solid. Their defense plays better than what they look on paper. A lot of that's coaching. A lot of that's Aaron Donald. A lot of
Yeah.
that's Aaron Donald.
Uh,
Yeah. So I think it's easy to go with the Rams in this one.
I will say this. It's a pretty bold take, but I think the Rams have a chance of not making the playoffs.
I don't think that's a bold. They got a really tough division.
Not only that, I think people are overhyping the Rams. They just lost their defensive coordinator for one, their defensive play caller, which was on the field, which was John Johnson, and it's just like it can't be the same. You can't just be 1-1 after losing one of the best defensive coordinators hands down in the NFL.
I
There's
don't
going to
know,
be
man.
some sort of impact.
They got the best defensive player of our generation.
They got two excellent players.
Yes, Jalen Ramsey. Yes, yes. He probably gets slept on a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, but besides that, you need more than two pieces to win.
You'd think, but Aaron Donald's that disruptive that he instantly makes this sub. Because I would say this is a subpar squad. Their linebackers aren't good.
Terrible.
Along the defensive line around Aaron Donald, it's
Not
not
great.
good. He elevates them so much. Like
Yeah.
even a Leonard Floyd comes out, has a career year. Look at Dante Fowler. What happens
Yeah.
to him after he moves away from Aaron Donald? He goes
Mhm.
back to being, oh, he might be a good edge too. Like it's the same thing with Lloyd. Like Aaron Donald makes such a difference to this squad.
Yeah.
Like he's almost as valuable as a quarterback to the defense.
I would dare say he is as valuable, given the
Yes.
fact that we just straight up said the entire squad pretty much is cheeks, and Aaron Donald is able to make them into a top two defensive front.
He's literally like, get on my back. I'll take you there.
The NFL will be 10% worse when he retires
I know, right? Ugh.
because you're losing arguably the best defensive player of all time. Arguably, I still think it's Lawrence Taylor, but by the time of his end of
Yeah.
his career, it could be him. It could be him.
I mean, dude, Aaron Donald, like, people are searching for the next Aaron Donald. They're like, oh, maybe this undersized interior player is it. I mean, that was the hype between Ed Oliver. They're like, oh, he shows flashes of the next Aaron Donald. That ain't
Yeah,
working out so hot right now.
I know.
So, I
I
mean, it's a
know.
copycat league. Jordan Love, Patrick Mahomes. So,
That is that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, who's comped to Patrick Mahomes this year? We said there was like
yeah, I
Patrick
think
Mahomes.
Spencer Rattler's probably the closest, just because their playing style is very similar. They like to drift back in the pocket. They really don't like their checkdowns. They like to make the big plays.
Yeah. Off topic really quickly. Worst starting quarterback that I've seen that should have been good. DTR.
DTR. Yeah, no, I'm
Never seen someone as bad as that.
yeah, I got one of my articles on like my last article on the sneaking blue chip scouting.
Yeah.
I'm talking about how like DTR is not good, guys.
He is
He has terrible accuracy.
terrible.
His pocket poise is close to nothing. Like there were a couple of pressures that got thrown on Sean Ryan simply
Yeah.
because DTR just doesn't know how to maneuver the pocket.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Like I think that Sean Ryan's like pressure rate is going to be a little bit too
Yeah.
too looked at
Yeah,
because
because it's like, dude, yeah, DTR, he'll
he'll run into people.
yeah, he'll fall back into the pocket, and it's like that's where like I was talking about with Ali Gay and Ojolari, where it's
Yeah.
like he did a pretty decent job fending it off. Like they just tried to blow by him, but it's like DTR dropped so far back in the pocket, it's like he had to hold, or
Yeah.
else your quarterback's getting hit, but your
Mhm.
quarterback shouldn't be like 10 steps taking
Yeah.
10-step drops.
Yeah, it's hard as hell to hold a pocket when you have to hold a 35-foot pocket. It's
Yeah.
just no. I'll let you go and end off these
Yep.
rankings.
Yep.
Right.
Las Vegas Raiders versus the Baltimore Ravens. Get your popcorn out if you have Lamar Jackson as a fantasy owner. Get your popcorn out, and hopefully Gus Edwards goes off. Because I was one of those guys that got stuck. Like, oh man, I need another running back. Gus Edwards. Here we go.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know.
damn, you lucky.
But yeah, no, I think Ravens take this one pretty easy. They have a great defense. Uh, their offense should. The Raiders don't. I mean, I don't know what to say. The Raiders they're a
Yeah,
mediocre team at best. Like Derek Carr, he honestly makes that team mediocre. Because without him, like this is a bad football team. This is a
yeah.
really bad football team. And it's not
This
to say like Derek Carr's this top 10 quarterback, elite quarterback, because he's not. But yeah, it's a bad football team.
if it weren't for Darren Waller, Derek Carr, and Josh Jacobs, this team would be 0-17.
That's right. And they don't even utilize Josh Jacobs to his fullest.
100% true. I'm not gonna even add anything there. It's just the Raiders are terrible,
I know.
awful compared to the
Raiders fans, man.
They love them too much.
Yes, dude,
But
they live in denial, man. And it
too much.
sucks. I get it. I get wanting to love your team, but
Yeah.
gotta be realistic or else you're just gonna get hurt, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well,
But
yeah.
that's it for the video. Let
know.
us know who your picks are in the comment section below. By the way, Alex, there we go. I'll leave you the link to your channel in the description. As always, thank you for coming on, and it's always fun, dude. I like talking to you, bro.
I appreciate it. I'm flattered. The feeling is mutual, reciprocated.
Cool. But until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.